Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is September 22nd, 2023. I'm on my way to KITECH, driving my Tesla around. So, one of the things we learned in Sandler, they called it a birdcage goal. So, someone decided they wanted the legend story. Someone decided they wanted a bird, and so they put an empty bird cage. They just got the empty bird cage and put it up in their office. And so eventually someone came in with an actual bird for the bird cage, and it was a big joke, but it's a good reminder that just setting the goal is halfway to accomplishing the goal. So that's why I got this little Matchbox car, Tesla, and I drive it around every day now. So eventually, instead of driving my Tesla around, I will have my Tesla drive me around. That's my goal. So someday, I love it. This is the way we came yesterday, and it only took like 10 minutes versus 20 the other way. So I thought I'd try it again. See how it goes. But yeah. Yesterday was a ton of fun. We gotta celebrate Gerald's birthday, make him feel special, which is always a good time. And then last night was a lot of fun. I dropped Scarlett off at dance, and Tristan and Nora were hanging out playing. Emily was at a PTA thing, and so I was thinking about, I've not been able to explain what I'm doing with America's Holding Company to the team at KITECH. So yesterday I've got a bunch of poker chips. So I got those out, and I used them as representations for the different class shares. So class A, B, and C shares. And then I had some other stuff like the box with the Christmas ornament, the flag, all that stuff in it. And I tried to walk through what I'm doing, and even as I was doing it, I was like, oh my gosh, how is anyone even gonna grasp this? Which is a good reminder of why I do these daily videos. Because everything I'm doing is based on the 36 years of experience and education I've had on this planet. And my belief in how things work based on that education. And without that education and that context around the content of what America's Holding Company is, it is really difficult to convey as we're getting started. I believe once people see it working real time and see how, which I'm really excited, December 12th, 2023 is when KITECH and everybody's gonna get their shares, and we can start using those shares within our team. At least that is the goal. So, I did a video recording of it yesterday, and it was good. If anybody is interested, I would send you. It's for KITECH's team, but I'm looking for feedback on how to explain this, how to make it better. And so if anybody wants to see it, let me know. I'll send you the video so you can check it out. At the end of the day, it's all about teamwork. And I was talking to Gerald yesterday. One of the biggest fallacies in small business is that 100% ownership of anything is a good deal. All that means is everyone else in the organization can walk away at the drop of a hat if they want to. That's all it means. Yes, you get 100% of the reward. You also get 100% of the risk. And that is your choice. But at the end of the day, you're going to be competing against companies that are giving way more than just a paycheck. So like Chris, ESOP Chris on X, had a conversation with him the other day, and he runs an ESOP investment firm that owns 3 companies. So all 3 of those companies, their employees get ownership in the holding company, not the individual company. That's huge. If more people understood the value of ownership, because you have to own things. If you want to succeed in life, you have to own things, either rentals or businesses or land that has oil on it, whatever it is. Without ownership, you will constantly be trading your time for a paycheck, which is how we live the same life year after year after year. So I believe eventually people are going to realize that if they are not being compensated with equity in some form or fashion, it's not worth their time, because time can never be relived. So that, I think that's going to happen over the next 20 years. It's not going to be a fast change, but that's what people are going to start realizing. Life is a game. This all started when I started to learn tax strategy and really realized that even building wealth is a game. And the more teammates you have on your team, the easier it is to build. Look at Jeff Bezos with Amazon. He has millions. I think there are over 2 million employees, or close to 2 million employees. He's worth what he's worth, not because he works hard, but because he's built a team that works hard together. And that's how wealth is built. It's built by sharing what you have. Same with all investors out there. Warren Buffett's another great example. Berkshire Hathaway is worth what it's worth because of the way Warren Buffett builds teams and empowers those teams. The best thing you can do is buy a good business and leave it alone. Let them have ownership of the results and ownership in the results. That's how you build a business. So I think that it's very interesting to think about the way our society operates, the way we all work together to accomplish our missions. So I've been thinking about that a lot lately. And I'm so excited to share what I'm doing with America's Holding Company, but at the same time, I've shared it with so many people, and I get positive responses, but people don't see what I see. And a big part of it is I've been building this for 2 years now. I cannot explain something that's taken me 2 years to understand in an hour. At least not yet. I just can't. I don't know how to get it out. To be totally transparent. So it's fun. But that's why I did that recording yesterday. And I was gonna try and do like a team meeting and sit everybody down and walk them all through it. But I was thinking about it. By doing a recording, people can consume it at their own time. They can re-watch it. They can ask questions of me one-on-one. And it doesn't take up work time. So that's an example of how I'm trying to use the bridge between the real world and the virtual world, because now I can record it. in the virtual world and let someone else consume it on their own time, it's a good way for us to leverage what we do. So, and I'm so thankful to KITECH and Gerald for his faith and belief in me, and really in me as a person, because even he doesn't quite understand what we're doing, which is fine. No one has to understand what you're doing. They don't. And probably most people never will. You just have to enlist them to believe in you and support you, which is where we're at right now with America's Holding Company, which is great. The good thing about building on a 100-year timeline, or for me 40 years, but looking at the company, I'm building it to last 100 years rather than to grow fast. When you build under that timeline, I believe I could just do these journal entries for the next 5 years talking about it, and it will eventually work because I have time. And in that time, I'm still working full-time at KITECH. I'm still building the revenue streams within America's Holding Company and using it as the tool it was designed to be used for. Every new client dilutes me and everyone else. But the goal is not to own 100% of anything. My goal is to own as little as I possibly can while still chasing my dreams. So eventually, I hope to own less than 1% of America's Holding Company. I would be successful, or I will be successful, the lower my ownership gets. Because that means more people believe in the vision, believe in the mission, have bought into the mission, and have ownership in the asset. And when more people have ownership and believe in the asset, that means it is safer. It is a lot safer because only the 24 hours we have today matters. Because you can never go back in time and buy a stock or sell a stock once the time has passed. So people either get involved or they don't. And once they're involved, chances are they will be involved for years and years and years. That's my belief. So we'll see how it all goes. But it has sure been a fun adventure. And it's been so fun to chase my dream. And that's, I think, one of the powerful things about all of this is it gives. So this is my Super Bowl, right? It gives me something to work for year after year after year, rather than every now and then, or rather than just going to the same job day after day after day. I know where I'm going, and that matters. It matters a heck of a lot. So with that, I made it to KITECH. I'm gonna go in and rock my day, set some meetings, and see where we go from there. Anyways, have a great day, everybody, and we'll talk to y'all soon. If you need me, you know where to find me.